Stephanie Walters believes her nonverbal son with autism, who was in kindergarten, was unnecessarily pinned to the ground with his aid worker's knee in his back and arms held down for everyone to see. It happened in 2015, and Walters is still looking for a clear answer.
I spoke with the teacher. She wasn't there when the incident happened, so she let me speak to the aide, which is typically a no-no. But with teacher consent, you can. And so the aide, his aide, kept saying, it was worse than it was, it looked worse than it was, it looked worse than it was. And she didn't deny it. So I hung up, contacted my son's at-home team and let them know what happened. And then I got a call from the principal that afternoon, and she's like, Steph, it was a deep pressure bear hug. That's all it was. I'm like, that is not what his aide told me.
She said she was not notified by the school at all. Another child who saw the incident told her daycare, and the daycare let her know.
So when I was made aware of this, I called the school, said he wouldn't be in, and then I contacted the bus to let her know that he wouldn't be on the bus, and she asked me why, and I explained, and she's like, Stephanie, I was going to talk to you right after I saw the whole thing. And she's like, he did nothing. He did nothing to deserve that. There was no warrant. He wasn't trying to run. He wasn't hurting himself. He wasn't hurting anybody.
Alberta Education says in their current guidelines from 2008 that parents should be notified when restraint is used. Although these guidelines are expected to be updated in the coming weeks. In a statement to City News, Education Minister David Egan said, I am deeply concerned to hear of situations like this, as student safety is always a top priority. We are confident that the education system is providing safe and caring environments for our kids. Nonetheless, there is always room for improvement. That's why we're developing a working group to update guidelines for the use of seclusion rooms and physical restraint that take into account current research and direction. The Edmonton Public School District wouldn't speak to the specific incident to protect the privacy of the student and staff, but continued to say the district offers staff training in nonviolent crisis intervention, where they learn non-physical and physical methods to manage behavior that jeopardizes the student's own safety or that of other students or staff. This follows after a story last week City News brought you of another family coming forward to share their story of their nonverbal son with autism, who they say was locked naked in a seclusion room in Sherwood Park and ended up covered in his own feces. While Walters understands firsthand the need to protect yourself and the child, she would still like to know what exactly happened on that day.
Don't get me wrong, I'm an EA as well. I know there are procedures. I know what we go through. I was bitten. I was scratched. I had my glasses broken all on the same day, my very first shift as an EA. But nothing transpired from what he went through.
In Calgary, Jenna Hamilton, City News.